purpose of this video is to show you how to install this rear parcel shelf inside the Isetta. The seat must be out of the car, and this parcel shelf is installed before you put the side panels on. The windows are not in this car right now, but it can be installed with the windows in place. It's easier if you have two people, but it can be done with one person. Once installed, you don't want to take it out. You should put it in once, and that's it. Okay, now I'll show you how to put it in. Start by putting it in the car like this, at an angle. Then what you want to do is get this side in over here, and over here you tuck this part in. Can you see it right here? So this entire side is now in, and this is only in a little bit on this side. And then you start working my right to my right. You start working that side back, and as you're going back, you tuck this side in. It also will tend to get caught on the edge right here where the seat goes against. So sometimes you have to sort of stick your arm under here and help it over that ridge. There are rivets that it can get caught on a little bit, but if you push it up a little bit. So you see at this point, it's barely in on this side, but again, it's all the way in on this far side. Another thing is that you have to take out the shutoff valve for the gas, the rod. Take that out so it's not in the way. So I'm just pushing here with my thumb a little bit, working this other side that's on my right, and as you're working this side back and it's becoming more square with the back of the car, you just keep pushing here with your thumb a little bit. And we're almost in all the way. Now the end part is going to be the hardest to finish, but it will go in. Okay, again, now here you may have to push with your thumb fairly hard to get it to go under there. It does go up underneath this lip quite a bit, so even if it bends a little bit, it'll be hidden when it's in place. So, the other thing is, be careful with this front edge. You don't want to push on that too much, because that has to maintain that shape. So here I'm all the way back, but I'm not back on this side. So I'm going to rotate it a little bit so it's square, and I'm picking up here a little bit. It's almost in. You just have to play with it. If it's not going in, find out where it's catching, and then give that a little push. I'm picking up on this front edge as I'm pushing back a little bit. Again, be careful with this bent front edge. And there we go. It's in all the way. Then what you're going to want to do, there's a couple of screws that do go in here to hold this flap down. So you'll find the holes from that should still be there from the old parcel shelf. So again, as you're putting it in, sometimes you got to shimmy it a little bit, lift it up, push it down, and work it back. It'll go in. As you saw, I did that by myself. Again, if you have someone helping you, it could be a little easier. And then you put the gas shutoff valve in. You want to be careful that you don't mess up the edge of the cardboard. So you just work it in. And it does, in the back here, it does need to go around the air intake. So you got to kind of work it back. Again, be careful of your front edge. that's it. Now I'm going to show you how to install the side panel and the door panel. The side panel's not, this panel's not complete. It should have a molding that goes around the shifter opening, and there's also some wind lace, something like this, that goes around the arch of the panel here over the wheel well. And the front door does not have the mat pocket or the vinyl at the bottom, but I'm just going to show you how to install these pieces. So I'm going to install the driver's side. The passenger side is the same, but the driver's side is a little trickier because of the choke and heater cable. So all you do is you start with this corner here going in and this piece, and you also got to get these pieces, these cables in the right place. So get it around the brake. The shifter needs to be out, and get these places in place. Make sure these are in the slot, and then kind of bend it. Make those in there. Try not to rub against this back part so you don't scrape that. Push it up. There's plenty of room. Push it up high. Then you have to get it around the choking heater, and that's it. That part's easy, just like that. Again, it'll have the wind lace that goes around here to give it a finished look. So that's it for that side panel. Okay, the front door is another piece you really want to put in once, and then that's it, like the rear parcel shelf. One of the things that you need to do if you haven't had the car painted already is to bend these tabs down as far as possible before it's painted, and that way you're only bending them up once when you put the front door panel in place. You'll want to have your emblems in place before you put this on, of course. But if you can get everything done that needs to be done before you put this in, that's best, because you don't want to take this in and out. And the easiest way to do this is you start from this side, and you're going to work it in this way. So you got to look at all the tabs, top and bottom, as you work it across. And it's slightly tapered at this side and slightly tapered here. So as you work it in, again, just like here, I'm not on this tab. So you're either going to have to go back out. If you can't get it on there, go back out. And just working all the tabs as you go across. And another thing that you may need to get, if you get you take a coat hanger and bend the end, or if you have a little tool that allows you to reach in here and grab it and pull it out, that may make it easier. So as you're working it in, again, if you have a little tool like this, then you could grab it and grab it so that it stays on the outside here. You can bend this a little bit to get it underneath these tabs. So the very end is the hardest. You're gonna have to push it that way, get under the tabs. Once you have it under all the tabs and in place, then you'll gently bend these tabs back up to hold it in place.